Peter Obi is the difference between President Tinubu finishing his 8 years or just 4. But after his 2-hour grilling interview on Channels Television with Seun Okinbaloye, is he actually ready for the fine print of Nigerian politics? You see, I've analyzed his answers on subsidy, on his new party moves, IPOB allegations, and one specific highlight at the end of this video that changes everything for his path to presidency. Welcome to Efua Speaks, a platform for the independent mind. If you like videos like this, please be a darling, like, subscribe, click on the bell notification for more videos like this. Now back to the rest of the video. Peter Obi's political movement, from APGA to PDP to Labour to ADC, now to NDC. I think he has Obidient supporters who were both vocal and quiet. However, there was a fallout after he joined ADC, which is the Africa Democratic Congress. I think his narrative on not joining the structure of criminality became illegitimate. He joined forces with the likes of Atiku Abubakar and El Rufai. He lost me there. Now NDC has issues in court that they're still trying to sort out. Moving from party to party like this feels shaky. Playing that game with your opponent who runs the Nigerian state could backfire. Let's discuss the highlights. The final one will determine if he's a good candidate or just a smokescreen. His handling of fuel subsidy. Peter Obi said he'll remove fuel subsidy, but not as drastic as the current administration did it. But the how didn't resonate with me in that interview. How do you slowly cut subsidy, and where do you put the money? It's easier said than done. There's already a budget running. When you get there, that has been approved and implemented. You would need to select the number of National Executive Council members, their security clearance, the vetting by the Senate. This would take the first 90 days of the administration. How do you handle the current cabal, which are in the upstream and downstream sector? What about NNPC, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, the Petroleum Industry Act, and its implementation? There are so many moving parts in the petroleum industry, so removing fuel subsidy will have to be fully thought out. Or is there something you're not saying? It's very easy to talk from the outside. The current government not supporting opposition. Seriously? Really, Peter Obi? The incumbent is competing for the same re-election. With the powers given to him in the 1999 Constitution, well, he's leveraging it to stay in power. Do you blame him? I don't. Do I agree with him? Absolutely not. Here in Nigeria, we have a democracy with the fine print, and President Tinubu is using the fine print. Peter Obi, do what works for you or get out of the ring. You see, the terminology in organizing and advocacy, the world as it is and the world as it should be, you have to go with the world as it is. If you can't deal with that, sir, respectfully, you have to get out of the ring. There's a rumor circulating that Peter Obi is not building schools. It was excellent that he debunked that narrative and what the naysayers were saying about him. He said that he went to the state school, Chukwuemeka Udumegu Ojukwu University in Uli, Anambra State. He built various buildings to add value to the students in his state.
Today, Odumegu Ojukwu University, which is our state university, there's a place called Ibarian campus. So I cut the grass. What I mean, it was a bush. I leveled the bush. If you go there from Faculty of Law, Faculty of Agriculture, I built all of them from scratch. From scratch. So I built the fastest teaching hospital in this country. In Oka, the fastest. The Medical and Dental Council closed down our faculty as I was assuming office. and said, we cannot continue College of Medicine because they have no teaching hospital. And I said, no, we have people who are already in their third year. I'm going to build it for them. Give me 2 years. So we are building it from scratch. I can go on and on. When I became governor, there was no single school of nursing, midwifery, laboratory scientists, lab tech that was accredited by the council that is supposed to accredit them. So by the time I left, they were over.
That was a very good clarification because the propaganda people, they were getting louder at the minute. We also talked about from consumption to production. You see, Sean asked him some tough questions. How do you plan on doing this? What is your strategy? Is Nigeria going to be known by one or two commodities? Are you going to empower SMEs? You see, I was not too clear about his answers, and honestly, I wasn't convinced. You see, I think Peter Obi is an idealist. There are too many things that a president has to contend with: tribalism, religion, ethnic divide, insecurity, corruption, poor governance, amongst many other things. And most importantly, the neo-colonial and foreign interests playing in the shadows through the development sector and intelligence gathering. I don't think he will be able to actualize his dream plans for Nigeria. Peter Obi keeps saying he'll cut the cost of governance, including the office of the First Lady. He said the cost of governance is too much. Can you imagine the fake agency? How does a fake agency come into existence, he says. He also concluded by saying, I love my wife, but the office of the First Lady, it's unconstitutional and I will have it scrapped. As part of cutting the cost of governance, there are certain ideologies that are in need of clarification. One of which is the allegation of never questioning the activities of IPOB, which is the indigenous people of Biafra. Sheon really increased the pressure as a journalist on this question. He asked, do you think what IPOB is doing is good? Peter Obi responded by saying that if they have broken the law in any way, he doesn't think what they're doing is good. I've seen many graphic videos on what IPOB groups were doing to men and women as they were enforcing the sit-at-home Mondays in the East. It's too graphic to show on the internet. I was not convinced on Peter Obi's response. Is he going to convince me that he didn't research the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case? Are you going to tell me that they don't know each other? I think he should go back to the drawing board as he goes through the campaign trail across the country. The judges have reached a verdict and he has been sentenced. If they can appeal the sentence and order a new trial, maybe that can work, but that is a Hail Mary. Peter Obi is also defending his reputation with former allies like Kenneth Okonkwo. He filed a petition in Anambra High Court against Kenneth Okonkwo. Peter Obi claims that it's because he wants Kenneth Okonkwo to prove the allegation that he has against him. He claims that he doesn't have any personal issue with him. And in my opinion, I think he was right to sue Kenneth Okonkwo. As a citizen and a public person, his reputation is at stake, especially as he's running for president. Kenneth Okonkwo has to prove that his allegations are true. Another issue that was a hot take on Peter Obi was his finances as reported on WikiLeaks. The issue of the tax haven abroad. Politicians can gaslight. Now, wow. He said that since he saved millions of dollars of Anambra State's money, why shouldn't he be able to save money for himself and his family? He said he declared his assets both in the UK and Nigeria as he was running for office. He doesn't have anything to hide, he says. Peter Obi, are you sure? Most politicians have a lot to hide. As Dele Farutimi would say, they have been digging and digging and digging for something on Peter Obi and they have not found anything that will stick. So he may be right. He has nothing to hide. Here's my take. I think Peter Obi has a lot of work to do to convince Nigerians to vote for him instead of the incumbent president Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The odds are against him trying to get on the ballot. Instead of settling in one party, really to know the party's norms, build relationships with the party stakeholders on the state and the national level. People don't know whether he has the capacity to do what he said he would do. We kind of got bamboozled by Buhari in 2015, so some of us are cautious. His moving to ADC, which is the African Democratic Congress, made me a bit suspicious. As he ran from Labour Party, the incumbents and their spies followed him and keep following him. Now, for the final highlight I mentioned at the start, the one that determines his path to the presidency, I believe he should have fought for the 2023 mandate instead of moving parties again. With the pressure INEC is under by politicians, I don't think they are independent. I think he should have backed another candidate, stayed relevant in the policy, and ran again in 2039. But hey, there's a God factor, and he is full of surprises. What are your thoughts on the channel's live interview with Peter Obi? Let's hear it in the comments. If you like videos like this, please be a darling. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell notification to get more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.